Hey everyone, we are going to continue from where we left off. Uh, in the part one of this inheritance lecture, we created the superclass employee, as you can see. So, um, so the constructor, the accessor functions, the modifiers, and then we have the weekly pay, and then display. Okay. And then also in payroll, we created an employee object, and then as you can see, everything is working for us so far. So there's no inheritance involved. All right. So now we are going to create a second class called manager. And this manager class is going to be the subclass, the child class. And then we're going to establish the relationship of inheritance between the two. So just like employee, we are going to um, create a class. So as you can see, add class with one difference, main difference. So we're going to put manager here, just like employee. As you can see, the program automatically creates two files. The header file, the one that ends with .h, and then the CPP file where the implementation is located. Now here, we are going to specify the base class, which is the superclass. In this case, it's the employee. And then click OK. Okay. As you can see right here, so this is the subclass and this is the superclass. All right. So now let's add include IO stream, and then we are going to add using namespace. Now this statement or this line of code is so significant because that's what establishes the relationship of inheritance between employee and manager. Now let me create the constructor and then show you how this is important. So just like employee, a manager has attributes. Now, in addition to the other attributes that the employee class has, which is the name, the hours, and pay rate, we're going to add extra. Okay. So we're going to put private. Then let's add only two. Okay. Bonus, because manager gets bonus in addition to the weekly pay. And then every manager maybe has like a certain number of employees under his supervision. So we want to know how many employees under his or her supervision. Okay, so that's the first one. Now for public, of course, we need a constructor, manager. Now here, manager, we are going to have 3 plus 2. So the 3 that we already have in employees, which are the name and age for hours, and then rates for the pay rate. And then in addition to that, we are going to add the bonus and the number of employees. Now pay attention here. So to call the constructor from the employee class, we put colon and then the name of the superclass employee. And then we have only 3 parameters, right? N for the name, age, and then rates. Okay. So we're going to call this constructor from the employee class. Now, in addition to that, we are going to assign the other 2, okay, because they are local variables here. Okay, we don't access them from the employee. So I'm going to put bonus equals P, and then number of employees equal none. Okay. Now this statement, I just did one thing, which is created the construction. Now I want to take a break. I'm not done yet here, but I just want to show you something here. If I go to the payroll and then create an object from the manager class, manager M1. Of course, for this one to work, just like employee.h, I have to include a manager which is the header file of the manager class, .h. And then M1, which is the object, I need to call the constructor. And if you remember, we have 5 parameters. So that means we need 5 arguments for that. So I need name, let's call it Steve. How many hours? Let's call it 35. Let's say 20. And then let's say he's a manager, so probably he will get more. So 150, and then in addition to the 3, we have the bonus, let's say $2,500. And then how many employees under his or her supervision? Let's say 20 employees. So I just created an object. Now let me call one of the functions from the employee class to show that there is a connection, there's an inheritance relationship between the two. So if I put C out and I put M1 dot, let's say get name, can see get name. So that will give me access to a function called get name from the employee class. So if I run the program, as you can see right here, it's going to show me, can you see Steve? So I was able, just by writing that statement that I mentioned earlier, this statement right here, class manager colon public employee, that establishes the relationship between the two. Now I can call all the functions from the employee class. That's why when I put M1, that it shows me all the functions from the employee class that I have access to, that I can access. Okay. So the same thing for weekly pay. So weekly pay will basically display the weekly pay for this particular manager, which is $3,000. Now, if you notice $3,000, if I go back to the employee, now the $3,000 does not include the bonus because $3,000 is 150, which is the pay rate times 20, but it does not include 25. So that's not an accurate weekly pay. That's why I need to override this function. How can I override it? Now, before I get to that, now I need to finish what I started. So the managers, that's just like employee, I have to put all the method, all the functions in there. So I need to follow the same thing. So after the constructor, I'm going to only the one that we don't have in the employee, which is here, get bonus. So get bonus, and then it gets the number of employees. And then so the modifiers, so set bonus in case you want to change it. I'm just going to put the prototype here, and then in the CPP file, I will put the implementation. So set number of employees, text and entry. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to override 2 functions. What does override? Override means I want to make some change. I want to keep most of the code, but I just want to add a little thing, like a little change. So for the weekly pay, I want to keep that calculation that I have. I want to keep, let me show you here. I want to keep this code right here for the hours and everything. So I want to keep it. I just want to add the bonus to the weekly pay. So just like a small change. And that's one of the advantages of using inheritance. It allows me to do that, to keep most of the code and just make the necessary change. So let me finish this. So I'm going to override it, which is going to be exactly the same function, but I will make whatever changes, necessary changes I need to make. And then display also. Why do I need to override display? Because I want to show the bonus in addition to weekly pay. Okay, now I'm done with this one. Okay, now I'm going to go to the CPP and then implement that. So I'm going to go to the manager. Now I need to include employee. That's H, and then include IO2, and then include the string if I have to, and then using namespace, and then I'm going to start. So I already have the constructor. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to add the get bonus. So I'm going to put the name of the, then get bonus. All what I need to do is just return bonus. Return bonus. And then do the same thing for number of employees. Manager and get number of employees. Return the number of employees. Return the number. So I just want to make sure I should the exact variable. Oh, there is end of school again. So let me just copy it. And then stitch it. Okay, so I'm done with this one. Now what else? I have the void. So manager set bonus. So it takes double value, and then I'm going to say bonus equals P. Right? So I need to make sure I implement all these functions that you see here in the header file. So I need another modifier for the number of employees in case I want to change it. So manager set number of employees, and it takes an integer. I'm going to put it num. So the num of employees equals 0. Okay. Now I'm going to override again. Override is when you have the same function, the same signature, the same header. So as you can see right here, to show you exactly the same thing, I'm just going to copy it. So I'm going to copy the header to show you it is the same thing. And then I'm going to paste it in here and then make whatever changes. Now here, why do I need to override it? Because I just have like a little change. But I want to keep most of the code. So how can I keep the code? How can I tell the program, listen, I just want to keep the code, and then I just want to add the a bonus to the calculation. That's easy. So I'm going to mention the name, employee, or you can put return because I'm returning something. And then I'm going to put employee, that means go to the employee class, and then get that function, because the function weekly pay return a number. So that number I can add it. So I'm going to put here weekly pay. That means get the weekly pay from the employee class and just add, not plus, so that's a number. Add the bonus. So now it is more accurate. Bonus. Okay. So double employee weekly pay bonus. Let's see here why it's giving me an error here. Okay. You see if bonus is defined, it should be defined here. We have the manager. So I'm going to go here and see if bonus is declared. Yes, it is declared. This bonus here. Return employee weekly pay plus bonus. So this is there is something there. Weekly pay. Just to check. So employee weekly pay plus bonus. Return Here I'm not making a change. I just want to add the bonus. What about if I use kids bonus? Does it give you access to? So let me go to the manager the space and see if okay, I have kids bonus. I didn't put the bonus here. So let me add that one as well. And add double manager kids bonus. So return bonus. Here there's no problem. Okay. And then the other one would be no bonus. I already have it here. Leave it. So I just want to see why this one is not allowing me to add bonus. And see what the error is. It's undefined. But I want to use the here. Let's define it. And shape. Let's come. Oh, I put employee here. I'm supposed to put manager. That's the mistake. Sorry about that. Yeah, manage. All right. So this now I want you to pay attention, very close attention. Now I'm going to go to the payroll. Now I'm not going to change anything. Remember this weekly pay we got how many? $3,000, right? Now I didn't change anything here. Now if I call, I'm sorry, if I run the program, the number will change. Why? Because now the weekly pay I'm calling is not the one in the employee, is the one in the manager because I'm overriding it. So now if I run the program, look, it says 5,500, not 3,000. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the display. Again, if you go to display in the employee class, it does not mention, look, weekly pay. It does not. I want to explicitly mention the bonus in addition to weekly pay. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go right here, double manager, and then display. So here we are not returning. I'm sorry, here it's just void. It has to be the same thing as the one the employee class is void, so it should be exactly the same. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, print whatever is in the display function from the employee. So how do I do that? Import, just like what we did with the weekly pay. So I'm going to put display, that means display that first. Okay. And then in addition to this, so in employee display I don't have to put CF because it's already inside the function. So I just have to put employee display, and then I can print out in addition to that, or you can just put next to it. So I don't have to add a new one. So I'm going to go right here and then maybe like a little space. And then I'm going to say bonus is, and then I'm going to put bonus here. That means in addition, let's make sure that the employee display, oh, I have to add another line because I have to put C out for here. So I'm going to put here, C out, bonus. Now, again, if I go to the payroll, and then if I call the M1.display, now it will override the display in the employee class. Now I'm going to run it and see. Can you see bonus? So this is in addition to whatever we have here. So this is basically how the inheritance works. So to summarize, so inheritance is a relationship between classes. So we are creating a relationship between classes in which one class, the subclass, in this case, the manager class, will have access to the functions and other elements from another class called superclass. Okay? I hope you find this video helpful. If you still have questions, please listen. Thank you.